explain to us how hard it was for you to adjust to like the tour life.
Well, for me, like it was kind of hard for me because I had to pick a position, right? And I mean by that, like, first of all, I'm the founder of the company and I'm the youngest out of all the members. So at that time, they're like 22, 23. I'm 19. You see what I'm saying?
That was crazy how that played out.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. So it's like once we got on the road, I had to try to figure out how could I be the best artist I could be or the best producer.
Hey, what up, everybody? It's your boy, King Legend 757. You already know the vibes. Today, we got Pimpin Beatz in the building, y'all. How you doing, Pimpin Beatz?
What's happening? What's going on with you, boss?
Man, I can't complain. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's always a great day when we got a special guest in the building. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you real quick. If you guys ain't heard of Pimpin Beatz, I don't know where the heck you've been, because this guy right here has definitely been working on some heat for everybody. And we're talking White Tee. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never heard of White Tee, let's just start there. Who hasn't heard of White Tee? Like, if people don't even know anything about hip hop, they know White Tee.
Hey,
you know, that song was very impactful in the industry as a whole. And so even if we just start talking about White Tee, it's like, come on, man, where was you at? Where was you at when it was going on? That takes me back through the time right there, for real. So I want to get deep into the details as far as, first of all, what motivated you to get into music as a whole?
Well, what motivated me to get into music was my group member, Parlay. Because like back in the day, we played in high school, we played basketball together. And, like Parlay was like the problem child. Like I was trying to be the good kid in school, try to make good grades so I could make it playing basketball. And he was like the problem child. Like he always persuaded me to do crazy stuff, right? So, one day he persuaded me to cut school with him. And we cut school and he started chanting this song, this freestyle that he had. And once I heard it, I was like, man, I gotta get into music so I could put him on. You see what I'm saying? My first thought was I wanted to be like Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to create a record label and, sign him and, put him on so it could make us some money.
So you were already thinking business from the jump.
I already was thinking business. And at that time, like I stayed in the projects on Bankhead, Allen Temple. And at 16, I had a fully established business. Like I turned my mother's apartment into a full office because she had went to prison. So it was like I was already, business minded. I already knew how to run a business. So there was an opportunity for a new business. So basically once he I try to figure out how I could get to that level of, letting people hear our music. So the first thing I did was find out how I could make the beats. So one day in high school, right, I was at basketball practice, leave basketball practice, just walking the halls, and I run into a producer named K-Rap. That's the one who produced a lot of stuff on the west side of Atlanta. And he was in the classroom making a beat on Fruity Loops. So, I walk in there like, dog, what it is you got going on, bro? What's up? What that is? Like,
everybody was using beats. That. Fruit Loops.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, by me already, like, I'm a tech guy. What people don't know, I'm good with tech. You know what I'm saying? I could break down an iPad, iPhone, and put it back together, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't know. But when he told me the name of that software, soon I got home, I downloaded it. So I downloaded that, right? So I started just getting the hang of it, started making beats, getting comfortable with it. Then, my first beats weren't, they weren't nothing. But over time, they got better and better. And that's how I met my other group member, because I started putting the speakers in the window every time I make a beat, just showing off, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Parlay, that's the guy who really made me get into the business, like
Music
for
and the
real, for
business.
real.
Okay,
Like he
okay.
motivated me, you know.
So at the age of 16, you say your mother was incarcerated. How was it
Right.
dealing with a situation as severe as that, being a young teen and still having to go through life? So, explain that mindset you had at that time of your life?
Well, at that time, like it really showed me I had to grow up right then and there. Like it wasn't no crime, it wasn't no, you know, hoping somebody feels sorry for me or none of that, you know. And you know, a lot of people from Atlanta, we're hustlers, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And that's one thing I like about growing up in the hood, because you know the hood made me a hustler. But
Absolutely.
like right before she went to prison, she bought me a computer. So I
Hmm.
felt like, you know, shit, the universe had set this up for me to do music. But at that time, it had got real hard because, you know, I couldn't tell the rent office that my mama had been incarcerated, because, you know, they would have evicted me. Then child services and all that stuff would have started happening. And, you know, I didn't want that to happen. So I had to figure it out. So, you know, I started hustling. So weed, so crack, all this shit. But none of that shit didn't ever work for me. So I started, you know, selling phones. Then I learned how to activate the phones, because I'm a tech guy, like I just said. So I knew this girl, and she gave me the little cheat code because she worked at the cellular company. So basically, the whole hood had Pimp Wireless.
I was gonna say, so if you need a visual of that, that's kind of like I got the hookup. You had the
It,
whole setup,
exactly,
everything.
exactly. I turned the office into like a cellular office where you come get your shit. If you need to pay a bill, you come see me. If you need to get your phone activated, you come see me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I had I'm getting money. So when I met Parlay, it was like, shit, it's a whole nother opportunity. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
So
Oh
I'm thinking in
yeah.
the business sense. And a lot of people don't know, man, before I even touched a pen, a beat, anything, I researched the business
Hmm.
and learned how could I make money from this shit before I even got into it. So I had my publishing and everything set up before I even did anything.
So you was already official.
I already
So
official.
how important was doing your research as part of that process? Because a lot of people, they come up with an idea like, oh, I got a dream, I got a passion, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, but they really ignore the process. Like, what were the steps that you had to learn about before you could even be in that position to make it happen? So for you, how important was that research?
It was very important because, you know, I didn't want to get into something that I didn't know nothing about. Like when I first came up with the idea to get into the music, I had no idea of how you make music. I mean, how you make money from music. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Then I
Yeah.
started learning about different contracts, terms, and just, you know, then I started hanging around a lot of rappers too. The first rapper I started hanging around was this guy named G Rock, and he was a part of this group called The Organization. You know, G Rock, um, he was affiliated with the Dungeon family. So one day he took me over to the dungeon, and I met Rico Wade, the famous
Hmm.
producer for Outkast. So, you know, Rico Wade kind of took me up under his wing and started showing me basic steps to produce. And I was just surrounding myself around people, because one thing about, you know, the trap, somebody, you know, when you trapping rap, they ain't gonna teach you how to trap. You really gotta observe and, you know, see what's going on and learn yourself and
Yeah.
figure it out. It's crazy how everything worked, because over at Rico Wade's studio, you know, that's when I met Future. It was before he was Future. He was
Hmm.
called Meathead, and he was a part of the group too. And then, you know, me and Future got a good connection, and he started teaching me a lot more stuff about the business, you know, and shit, man, it
So
just went up from there.
you ended up really networking. The summer
Yeah,
that you really was learning from everyone you came in contact with, and you were soaking up free game, was put you at the
exactly,
position
exactly.
to be able to use it and apply it to your own life.
Exactly. I just sat in the cut and listened to everything they told me and watched what they did when they was working with the instruments. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I'm learning everything myself. Like, I'm the producer, I'm an artist, I engineer, I mix, I master, I do it all. You know what I'm saying? And that's just by being around the big dogs watching. Nobody never taught me anything. I just learned everything from watching and experiment, fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
Now that
Trial and
leads me
error.
to my next question. How important would you say your work ethic was towards you being able to get at the level you at today?
Well, I say my work ethic is crazy, man. Like I go hard because one thing that used to always motivate me, bro, was I know it's another young kid out there somewhere right now working as hard or harder than me. It's a young kid out there right now up on his computer right now making beats while I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? And that's what motivates me now. But back then, I just knew it. Like, it was a time I was broke as fuck, making beats, making songs, but I just knew it. Like, I'm gonna be a fucking star. I be fucking starving, still making music. Like, man, shit, this shit meant for me. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I was determined.
Yeah.
And I just kept working. Like, I worked through the bullshit. Like, if I break up with my girl, I drown that energy out with music. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And all that suffering and pain and that grind got me, to the level I'm at today where I could just make a beat less than 3 or 4 minutes,
Now, with all that hard work and effort put into the music, when the single White Tee was born, did you ever imagine people would respond to it the way they did? I mean, because, like, that single right there just took the world by storm.
But look, I'm going to tell you, it's so funny
And look, and
because
he got on a white tee right now. And he got on a white tee right now.
Yeah. Still in a white tee. But I'm going to tell you, me personally, I did not think White Tee was going to be our breakout song. Like, when we first made that song, we was playing. Like, we were really just playing. You know what I'm saying? We had went to a whole nother studio. And I don't know if you heard that song by DG Yola. I ain't gonna let up. I just don't give up.
Oh,
That shit.
yeah.
He was recording that song. We had the studio we went to, he was recording that song and we had to wait. And in the process of waiting, I downloaded Fruit Loops in the office of the studio.
Wow.
Made the White Tee beat the White Tee beat was for another song that we was making. Parlay, the motherfucker who got me into the music, coming now with a throwback on, flexing and shit. Like, yeah, nigga, I just spent $500 for this bitch, nigga. Yeah, y'all better get y'all money up. And we were like, nigga, fuck that throwback. Yep, MIYT, RP my nigga buddy. And that shit like a real movie, bro. They were like, oh boy, that's it. When listen, we was in the studio, in the booth, like some real temptation. All us in the booth with a mic with headphones. You feel me? Yeah. One nigga saying, yup, you know what I'm saying? And shit. Like, when we got through it, I didn't think it was gonna be no hit. I was like, that's a cool little song. Like, we might get a commercial off for it. That's cool.
I mean, that's always cool. That motherfucker to the club. That way, though. That's the best way. It's the unexpected ones that get you.
Right.
A lot of times it'll be the ones you put out your blood, sweat, and tears into. You like, man, they ain't hit the way I thought it was. I mean, to me, I thought that was gonna be the one, and then it'll be the other one that you was just like, I'm just gonna have fun with it, and it go crazy.
Exactly, and we found out the same night after we made it because we took it to the pool palace, and them folks were rapping that shit like they heard that shit for like, I'm talking about dancing, like the response was so big, it was undeniable. We were like, oh yeah, we got to push this shit.
That was a big deal. That was definitely a big deal. So explain to us how hard it was for you to adjust to like the tour life when you finally, got on. You was doing your thing, you was grinding, you was hustling, and now all that hard work started to pay off, and now people booking you for the shows, and you're on tour. What was that initial adjustment like? Just getting used to that lifestyle.
Well, for me, like, it was kind of hard for me because I had to pick a position, right? And I mean by that, like, first of all, I'm the founder of the company and I'm the youngest out of all the members. So at that time, they're like 22, 23. I'm 19. You see what I'm saying?
That was crazy how that played out.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. So it's like, once we got on the road, I had to try to figure out how could I be the best artist I could be or the best producer. You see what I'm saying? Because on the album, you know, that we had put out at the time, I had produced majority of the songs. So by us being on the road, you know, I wasn't making, you know, a lot of beats like that. I was trying to perfect my lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
You were
Being
being
an
an
artist,
artist. Yeah.
trying to
Being an
perfect
artist.
performance. You know what I'm saying? So the producing side kind of took a back seat. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was kind of hard, you know, trying to balance everything. But, you know, it was crazy because, like, my mom died in '08 and I was on the road. You see what I'm saying?
Condolences
So,
too.
yeah, I missed a lot of stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, we created a legacy, you know.
Absolutely.
So
And it's hard
you
to
know,
wear two hats like that too, man, because each position requires a key player. So when you
exactly.
producer, you got to put your all into that alone, you know, and then trying to juggle between the both. It's asking a lot.
Exactly.
It truly is.
Then
It's asking a lot.
I got many hats because I'm the Franchize Boyz spokesperson. So basically, if any business decision or a company want to talk to a member, guess who they got to talk to? Me.
You.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know,
Now,
I have to make a lot of executive decisions, you know, so.
absolutely. Now, if you've been in the music industry for a while, like you gain all this experience that you didn't have before, what is something that you know now that you wish you would have knew when you first started? Like, you know, all that experience you got now, you seasoned in the game. So, what is something that you would have told your younger self?
Something I would have told my younger self I would have told my younger self about promoting, like being a promoter, right? Because I would have told my younger self, book yourself and book the venue yourself, you know, because, you know, a lot of promoters, you know, I'm cool with a lot of promoters. We get money together, but I have learned that shit, I could book the venue my goddamn self, book my goddamn self, and make more money. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So, you know, I have learned just to invest more in you, you know.
absolutely. Hey, we haven't talked about Jermaine Dupri yet, so I wanted to go ahead and ask you, what role did he play in your career?
Oh man. JD, just say when we came into the game, we already had that big boy engine in our car.
Hmm.
JD, he the Nas. You know, you turn that shit and make that motherfucker go through the roof.
Yeah.
JD the Nas because when we came out YT, we had a whole bunch of labels calling trying to sign us.
Hmm.
JD was one of us, one of them labels that called. But you know, we decided to go with the label with the most money, who wanted to give us the most money. And you know, the label was Universal.
Yeah.
And it's like JD stepped in and he made a White T remix first.
Yeah.
It did okay. But then we started having conflicts with Universal because Oh I Think They Like Me was on our first album with White T.
Gotcha.
And we was telling Universal, you know, Oh I Think They Like Me need to be our second single. And you know, by them being up north, they didn't really, you know, they weren't up on the culture like that. You feel what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So they were like, hell no, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So we were like, well shit, let us go. If y'all don't want to put that shit out, let us go. And JD, he stepped in and he did the remix and he gave us a deal. And shit, like just his presence being on the song,
Hmm.
Bow Wow, Brat, it took it number one. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, like, he just really treated us like we was a Escape or we were a Bow Wow or we were one of his groups. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And technically, what people don't know, we never ever signed to So Def.
Gotcha. I mean, because
You know what I'm saying?
it's amazing because everything skyrocketed at that point. So it was like y'all made a good team
Exactly,
for
exactly.
sure.
And you know, until today, that's why I'm back linked with Bow Wow because of Jermaine Dupri. You know,
I was about to ask you that too. What is it like working, you know, on projects with Bob Wow? Like, what is that energy like when y'all in the studio?
I'm gonna tell you, like, when I first met, bro, like, when we did, oh, I think they like me, we didn't even see him. We didn't even meet him. It was so crazy. So it's like, you know, I didn't ran into him a couple times. We done been on the Scream tour and shit. But like when we first linked back up, it was kind of tricky, right? Cause it was like we were being competitive towards each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to show him I'm a hot producer. He was trying to show me he bow out. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it just like we linked and we that chemistry just there because his work ethic is just like mine. You see what I'm saying? We could do songs. We did songs every single day for 2 years straight.
Wow.
On
That's
God.
dedication right there.
On God. We've been at JD Studio. We was at JD Studio 2018, 2019, down there every other day, unless we had to go out of town or, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, for real. But nah, like that's the homie, man. Like just being in the studio with him, I got to know his personality. And like, shit, man, he a real humble guy. Like he didn't put me in positions that a lot of other people never did, you know.
That
And
says
he
a
put
whole
me
lot
back on
about a
TV.
person too. That says a whole lot about a person's character that's willing to do that. Because, you know, a lot of people, they get selfish and they just want to think about me, how much money I'm going to make. You know, they ain't think about nothing else
Exactly.
or nobody else. So to really say that about them, that's dope, for real.
Nah, bro, little bro got the biggest heart, bro. On God.
So how does it feel being a part of growing up hip hop, man? Like, you know, just having your life on reality TV. What does that feel like for you?
Like it's different. It's real different. You know, I enjoyed the chicks, but like this last season, they really got to get into my life because, you know, I was dating Diamond from Crime Mob, and like a lot of people thought that was, you know, it was staged, like it was set up. No,
he said
that was
no.
real shit. Like we were breaking up, falling out, all type of stuff, man. Like, and they was there to capture it. So, you know, like it's real fun, man. I enjoy it, man. It opened up the doors for more opportunities.
I always wonder what is it like to air your emotions out there on TV, man. Like, you know, a lot of people they private, they want to keep their private information private. So to actually, you know, kind of have to expose a little bit, you know, even if it ain't the whole scoop, just a little bit, it's still a lot. You know, it's already feel like you're doing too much, but you know that's part of being on reality television.
What I got to say to that, at the end of the day, when you become a celebrity, a rapper, a singer, you sign up for that anyway. Your life is public. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I just look at it like shit, it's something I signed up for. You know, it is what it is. Because one thing about being famous, you're always famous, rich or broke. You could be broke as hell and still famous.
That's facts. That's facts. Now, what's one piece of advice that someone famous gave you that you feel like really gave you game? Like, you know, that free game that you live by. Like, I ain't gonna ever forget that. What was that one piece of game that somebody gave you that really helped you in the industry?
That one piece of game. That one piece of game.
Because you
That
know,
really
like you
just
said, you've
helped.
been soaking up game for so long, but I'm quite sure it
I
had
know I got so much of it.
with you. Like, you know what? I ain't gonna ever forget that. Like, for an example, for me, when I was in middle school, I had a teacher tell me, well, he asked me, he said, what's the difference between a smart man and a wise man? I was puzzled. I was over here like, man, they both good. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what's the difference between the two? And he came back and he said, a smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So he doesn't have to spend time making those mistakes. That's how you get ahead. Once he said that, light bulbs went off. I was like, all right, so I'm gonna soak up game from everybody. That means it's a lesson to be learned from everybody, no matter whatever you're trying to do. If it's been done before, that means you can learn from somebody. So I apply that to everything in life. So that would be my free game.
Okay, I got some what somebody told me, and they was in a messed up position when they told me this. They say success change everything or a hit record. You see what I'm saying? I mean by that, you could be the most hated person in the world right now, the most talked about person. But if you do something that is very successful or you come out with a hit record, if you're an artist, people forget about all that shit, and be
That's
right
true.
back
That's true.
with the
That's
pom
free
poms.
game right
Go,
there.
go, go, go.
Yeah.
So
You,
the whole goal is to stay working hard, creating success. Because as long as you create success, shit, people gonna be like, oh shit, he did this, but now he doing that. Hey, what's up, man? You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying?
And I got just two more questions for you. We can go ahead and wrap it up, man.
Okay.
My first question is, what advice would you give to that artist that's in the position where they feel like, man, I've been working consistently 5 years in this music game, 10 years almost, and I ain't getting the support I deserve or I feel like I should have by this point. What advice would you give to that person that feel like they're about to give up?
One thing about it, don't never give up on yourself, because things don't come overnight. You see what I'm saying? Like, a person can be broke tomorrow and then rich the next day. You feel what I'm saying? Prime example, Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy haven't had a hit record in years, but he kept doing this shit. He kept grinding, and guess what? He got
Number
one of the
one.
#1 songs out right now. So
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Never give up on yourself, bro, because a lot of people gonna give up on you before you give up on yourself. So you gotta stay grinding and shit. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused.
that's facts
Tunnel
right there.
vision.
That's
Mm-hmm.
big facts. Big facts. He over here
Yeah,
spitting
yeah,
game for
yeah,
real.
yeah. For
Hey,
real, for real.
so just to wrap up the interview, man, we big on legacy here on King Legend Talks. We all got that purpose that we feel like we're here for on this planet. And when people talk about you, what do you want them to remember your legacy for? Like, what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be, I want my name to be up there with the Dr. Dre's, the Jermaine Dupri's, the Swiss Beats. You see what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
want to be that guy that you have to come see me if you're in the music industry. You see what I'm saying? You got to come see Pimpin Beatz to get some production, or it's worthless. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that top guy, that super producer. That's what I'm going for. Well, my main goal is to have 5 songs on the Billboard back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All them my hits.
Well, oh yeah, and real quick, what's new for you? Like, what you
Mm-hmm.
working on right now that you want people to know about?
Right now, okay, yeah, right now, I have my sunglasses line, the franchise collection. I have the franchise collection that's going crazy right now. The ladies is loving them. I got that. We about to get ready to start filming a new season of Up Hip Hop Atlanta. Got that in the mix. Got a couple movies. Me and my dog
Movies.
finna get ready to shoot. I can't talk
Okay.
about it yet, but
Okay. He
we
can't talk
working.
about it
We
yet.
working. Believe
He's
that.
definitely working.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I got some future singles. Finna try to get cleared so we could drop them. Um, I hope Maya drop that song. Oh my man! But besides that, man, just grinding, man, in the studio every day. I'm finna go to the studio right now with a big artist. I don't want to say his name right now because he's a little hot right now. You know what I'm saying? But I want to
Okay.
wait to the studio
Okay.
with him.
You can't spill all the beans. You gotta keep some of it. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel you.
But
All right,
I'm
man.
working,
That's
man.
dope. That's dope. I definitely appreciate you again, man, for coming through. And I'm gonna definitely have to check those glasses out for sure.
Oh yeah, man. It's the link in my bio on Instagram. And they're affordable. Black on.
Black on. You know you gotta support your black businesses. Come on, y'all.
Believe it. And you're gonna have that drip. You're gonna be fly with them on. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. All right, man. I appreciate you again. Thank you so much for stopping by King Legend Talks. It was an honor.
For sure, man. You take it easy, dog.